Yeah, that's a good thing because I did forget, so I just recorded it.
No, I was thought if I was thinking it might be before we start recording, I thought it might be good to catch up with a health update for Tenzin if there is one because I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, I got word from her friend that the surgery went well, all beautiful, great, perfect, that she's doing good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, just total appreciation for Tenzin and the mentor that she is for us all, especially being in the West. I don't think that we have a lot of opportunities for that often, and how wonderful that she is creating this space every Monday, for the past 3, 4 months. Um, I know for all of us here, it's been really, really transformative and just amazing to have this calm space and she's so hopeful as well. Um, really grounding. So I just have a few things that I would like to share, things that I thought up of as guiding lights, so to say, that I've learned from Tenzin and my journeys in India and just this um I guess journey of living with awareness that I've been on since um meeting Tenzin. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the moment you think you're right is the most dangerous place to be. And this comes up a lot for me because I mean, we all like to think we're right. I guess that's pretty reinforced here in the West, I think. And it's been really transformational for me, especially in my relationships, to try to catch that moment when I think I'm right or when I think that I should be expecting something and I didn't receive it or something like that, because it really is the most dangerous place to be. It's the place where we're holding on to our ego the most, and our ego is the strongest. And it's just like me, what do I deserve? What do I think? And how can I, relate that to people? And it's really where you're not listening to others at all and you're not open to others when you really think you're right. And I just love how Tenzin so beautifully talks about this to us, and in terms of like it's really just liberating to let go of that. Like it doesn't do anything bad for you to let go of that. You can just listen to others and you can just be um know in your heart what's the truth, and be open to that changing again and again and again and again, because change is the most constant thing. And um yeah, I just also wanted to bring this up in the context of I am a 23-year-old telling you things right now. Like, please just take whatever resonates and leave what doesn't, because I am also, I don't know if these things are right, and want to, I don't want it to be certain, I guess, because I so love this journey of learning that I'm on. And I think, yeah, in my relationships, it comes up the most for me in relationships, I think. Um, Hearing others and actually listening to what they're saying requires you to completely let go of what you think is right, and having patience for, other people's experience, and that we're all just people who want to avoid suffering. Like that's what Tenzin says over and over again, that we're all just people who want to avoid suffering. And the more that we can go into that mindset, I think the more loving and open we can be. So I wanted to know if anybody has anything that they wanted to say about this, or how this comes up for them in their life in terms of the moment you think you're right is the most dangerous place to be. Um, it's also okay if no one has anything to share. Okay, we're not muted now. Raise your hand. Hello, John. Would you like to say something?
Well, I don't know who said this, but you should follow those looking for the truth, not those who claim to have found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I love so much too about Buddhism, is that, Buddha always says, you should don't just blindly accept this, really take time to think about this and think if it's right for you. And something that you want to live your life by. Claire, did you have something that you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, um, for my job, for context for those folks that I haven't met yet, I am working as a therapist, in a psychiatric hospital, but in a lot of my training, the people that I was learning from the most, they would always say things like, like the moment you stop asking questions, that's when you should be worried about whether
Mhm.
there's still growth happening, and um because it means you have like gotten comfortable, and then like sometimes like that comfortability can lead to complacency. um so just resonated, abs.
Thank you, Claire. That's my sister for anybody who wants to know. Um, yeah, Eileen.
This is kind of sort of along the same line, but one of the things I've noticed recently is that I'll have a thought and I'll be like, oh my God, that's a judgment. So, just maybe even it's just a flash of seeing someone on the street, and then, I've made a thought about them, knowing
Mhm.
nothing about them. And it's like, oh my God, that's a judgment. And it's just, so for me, that has been what has been showing up for me recently, is like, wow, I am full of judgment. But then sort of laughing at myself and letting
Yeah,
it go. So that's it's sort of along that same line of what is my thinking mind telling me, and where does it come from, and does it, and is it true or not? Um,
I love it. Yeah,
yeah.
because if you think about it, like judgments are just like something you think is right. Um, and how wonderful is it to just be aware of it, because I think that they're gonna still continue to come up, but if you can just be aware of it, and that it is, oh, like this is just, me randomly thinking this. Who am I to think this? And just be so light with it. I think that then they can start going, and that's so awesome that you're being aware of it, because that's totally the first part.
I
The
mean,
big
it
part.
actually really makes me laugh at myself. It's
Yeah.
because it's like, wow, judgment,
Yeah.
judgment, judgment. And and in the, yeah, so it's been a good um realization.
Good. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, the next guiding light that I wanted to talk about is when you get away from love, come back to it as soon as you can. Um, one of my favorite yoga teachers said this in a lesson, and I was like, wow, I mean, that's so simple, but it's so true. And we all know, I think, especially people who are kind of more kind of tapped into awareness, like we all know what it feels like when we get away from love. Um, for me personally, I feel it so viscerally, like in my body, I feel like I'm like just closed off. Like it's almost like I just have this gate that comes over my heart, and for whatever reason, impatience or anger, it's normally attached to, I mean, it's normally about attachment, about, attachment to an expectation or like what I think I should receive, or attachment to my ego, me, and or like I'm not being heard or something like that. And I feel this gate kind of descend upon me, and I feel very cool and kind of short with my words. And I've just been trying to think about how to come back as soon as I can. And not in a, contrived way or forcing it way, but um for me sometimes it looks like taking some space, a little bit of space, just to make sure that like my unskillful behavior isn't really affecting a person at that moment. Or maybe I just, well, Tenzin one time told me, just in that moment, that's when you should just do Om Mani Padme Om, and that really helps me a lot too. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys what that feels like for you, or what process you have for coming back to love, because it's gonna happen. Like that's the thing, like we're human, and we're gonna feel out of love. And I think it's awesome when you can recognize like, oh, okay, I'm not like living as love right now, and what that feels like for you, or how you come back to it. Um, oh, Barry.
Yes, so this is making me think about like kind of my bad habits of like maybe like zoning out on like Instagram Reels or something, and like just kind of like zoning out, and like those are the times when I feel like the least amount of love. Like I just feel kind of like just like empty, and I can't myself stop. But there's this saying, like this Zen quote that recently I remembered. It's like, if not now, when? And that's something that I've been trying to think about, because like I want to change my habits, and I'm like, oh, I'll just sit here for another 20 minutes. I'll do it later. But then the thing like Tenzin always says is we don't know how long we have to live. Like if I don't, like that's a good reminder. Like if not now, when? Like I don't know when. So I keep pushing it off. So that's kind of something that helps me get back to love. Like kind of reminds me of that, like trying to pick the habits that make me feel most like grounded and most connected is really important. Like in the now, in the present moment.
Anybody else? Okay, well, that's fine. Um,
You're unmuted.
yeah, I mean, I just think that that's one of the biggest ones for me. Uh, hello, John.
Hey. I think that sometimes when that happens to me, I'm thinking about something that's happened to me that I'm perceiving as negative. Like, why did that happen to me? But usually what turns me around is to then think of all the positives that have happened to me rather than this one little item that's happened recently. Um, kind of another way of saying it that my mom used to say was, if everybody put all their problems in a pile on a table, you'd be happy to get yours back. So I guess thankfulness
Mhm.
is what I try to concentrate on to get me back.
Amazing segue. Oh, well, I was just about to talk about gratitude. Lee, Sister Lee has something to say. Thank you, Dad.
Hi. I was just gonna add one thing that um Tenzin has been talking a lot about that has impacted me a ton in the last months is the practice of, or I guess in this specific context, when you're feeling disconnected from love and can become aware of that, extending compassion towards anyone in the world, which is so many people who are feeling disconnected from love.
Mhm.
And that can apply to any feeling like frustration or anger or sadness. And that has been like such a game changer for me because it makes me feel so tender inside and so like quick to offer myself forgiveness and sweetness. And yeah, I think helps tap into like a larger current of that love that then you can bring back to whatever situation
Yeah,
you're working on. So I'm really grateful to Tenzin for that.
love that. Yeah, that's called Tonglen meditation. Um, if anybody wants to look that up on YouTube, there's a lot of good stuff out there, but that's really good point, Lee. Because it's nothing new. And like I think oftentimes when I'm sad or like I'm experiencing something, I'm like, get so emo that I'm like the only person who experiences this, and it's just like not true. Like everyone experiences this, and there's so many people in this world at this exact second that is experiencing this, and yeah. But now to talk about gratitude um is obviously a really, really big guiding light. And I love how Tenzin talks about gratitude because it's just so sweet. Like you can be grateful for the smallest things that normally people here, like I guess people in the West and like I guess people that I daily interact with don't think to be grateful for. Like just having a place to be, a house, and whatever simple meals, and it that way you always have something to be grateful for, no matter how small it is, and that when you can just come back to just feeling all these little things around you, that all these little things have come together to create your beautiful life, and your family and your friends, and if you don't have family, you're like chosen family, and the community, and just the little food that you eat, and then tracing that one ear of corn back to the ship that brought it to you, and the farmer who did the corn, and then the other farmer who planted the seeds, and the chicken who pooped it out, and all this stuff. And that's what I love about Buddhism, is that it's like the gratitude is so accessible because you can be grateful for absolutely everything. And there's just so much, like this table that this computer is on was made by somebody who, and in that way all of our lives are touching everyone at this exact same moment. We're all so connected, and everyone you know everybody's output in the world is just touching you at the same time, and you're inputting that, and then your output is touching other people. And um yeah, my life has felt the most fruitful, the most amazing when I come back to being grateful and come back to, just naming 5 things that I'm grateful for when I wake up or go to bed, and making sure to do that because like dad says, like there's just so many things that have just been given to you by, I mean, who knows, whatever you believe in. I believe it's some spirit, and that all these tiny little things have come together to create your life. And at the same point, one of my favorite writers about grief, Francis Weller, talks about gratitude and grief being the same hands in the prayer, and that walking with gratitude and grief together creates for a full life. And being grateful for grief because grief means that we love our life, that we will be sad that it ends, and that we have these amazing people around us that we love, that we will inevitably lose. All that we love we will lose, and how grateful we are for these people that we love and this life that we live, and that um yeah, grief just shows us how much love we are capable of, and to honor grief means to honor the love in our life, but also not being afraid. I think, I mean, yeah, I'm on this journey about thinking about death a lot recently because one of my greatest friends passed away in May, and um so I've been doing this training to become a death doula, so I've been thinking a lot about death and grief and how hidden it is from us here in the US. Truly, truly so hidden. And just like bringing grief to a forefront of our lives isn't a scary thing. It's actually a really beautiful thing to be honored with gratitude, forming the 2 hands of the prayer. And yeah, how lovely it is that we can love so hard to where it feels so terrible to lose somebody. Anybody have anything to say about gratitude? Okay. Oh, Heidi.
I just wanted to say how grateful I am for you leading us with this because, I wasn't sure what things were going to be like, but it's like clear that you're so devoted to her, to Tenzin, and you're so open and wanting to do all of these, do this death doula work. And you're explaining your background too. So I'm very grateful to get to know you too. And so I'm glad that I came tonight. I might not, I've got a conference I'll be at. I don't know what I'll be doing next Monday, but I'll try to come.
Oh,
Uh,
all good.
but I
Oh,
may be away. But I just wanted you to know that I'm grateful that you stepped up into this role. And I can see your mom crying, I think. Aw. Um, aw. So it's just a lovely thing. I'm so grateful that you stepped up to do this. And gratitude is something that we all need to have more in our lives and be thankful for the good things that we have, that we do have, and to be not, you know, to be not, when things come up that you don't expect, that you know, to be grateful for the one inkling of the little silver lining that's there to
Yeah.
give you that gives you the thing that looks for the good things that are in life. And I think that that's really important, and I'm really grateful to hear too that Tenzin came through today too.
Mhm. Thank you, Heidi. Okay, well, that is 3 of my guiding lights. Stay tuned next week to get the other 3. I wanted to do a meditation now by the Australian nun that we've been doing a lot of meditations with on here on Maine Moment, Seminary Jayasara. And I'm gonna see if I can screen share. Okay, I think this is right. Can everyone see this? Yes, thank you. So this is a soft butter meditation, which I didn't know existed, and I love it because you're imagining butter drip all over you. And I love butter an insane amount. And you know, take it as you will. I think it's just a really cool way to be aware of your body. And also, sometimes I like to think about it as like, you know, this beautiful white light shining all over me of the spirit and this circle of love that I'm in. But, or you can think about it as butter because that is a source of energy for us, which is life-giving. And really takes it back to our ancestral roots, probably for all of us. Um, so without further ado, I will start this meditation. I hope everyone can hear. Let me know if you can hear it.
Coming to a comfortable sitting or lying down posture for this guided meditation. The most important thing to try to do is to keep your back straight, as this will make it easier for proper and relaxed breathing. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, your lower stomach should expand outward. Once you've breathed in fully, exhale, and your stomach will return to its natural position. Breathing in, the abdomen expanding. Breathing out, the abdomen relaxing back to normal. Breathing in, the abdomen expanding. Breathing out, the abdomen relaxing. And now do this one more time by yourself, using the same breathing pattern. You can just breathe naturally and gently, but relaxed and slow. Slowing down. Feeling the body relaxed and soft. Allowing all thoughts to dissolve. And we will begin now the soft butter method meditation. Imagine that a lump of soft butter, pure in color and fragrance, and the size and shape of a duck egg, is placed on the top of your head. As it begins to slowly melt, it imparts an exquisite sensation, moistening and saturating your head within and without. Feel the soft, warm butter melting down from the top of your head to the back of your head. Now feel it melt over your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your chin, all the way to your throat. It continues to ooze down, moistening your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, lower arms and hands. Feel the warm butter oozing down over your chest now. permeating your lungs, diaphragm, your liver, stomach, and bowels. Now gently shift your attention to the back of your neck. And starting from the back of your neck, see the warm, soft butter moving into the upper back, feeling the warm sensations within and without. Feeling it ooze and melt all over the nerve endings here and the surrounding muscles, the upper spinal column. Moving down to the middle back, noticing the warm, healing sensations in this part of the body, within and without. The butter moving and oozing down to the lower back, to the hips, the pelvis, and the buttocks. At this point, all the congestions that have accumulated within the 5 organs and 6 viscera, all the aches and pains in the abdomen and other affected parts, will follow the heart as it sinks downward into the lower body. As it does, you may hear a distinct sound like that of water trickling from a higher to a lower place. It will move lower down through the lower body, suffusing the legs with beneficial warmth until it reaches the soles of the feet, where it stops. As your vital energy flows downward, it gradually fills the lower regions of your body, suffusing it with penetrating warmth, making you feel as if you were sitting up to your navel in a warm bath. Filled with a decoction of rare and fragrant medicinal herbs that have been gathered and infused by a skilled physician. the various challenges or discomforts that were experienced in body and mind, or in your emotions, all drop down at will, like water flowing naturally to a low place. This sensation is felt throughout the whole body, and it circulates, moving downward, warming the legs until it reaches the soles of the feet. Inasmuch as all things are created by the mind, when you engage in this contemplation, the nose will actually smell the marvelous scent of pure soft butter. Your body will feel the exquisite sensation of its melting touch. Your body and mind will be in perfect peace and harmony. You'll feel better and enjoy greater health than you did even as a youth. At this time, all the undesirable accumulations in your vital organs and viscera will melt away. Stomach and bowels will function perfectly. Before you know it, your skin will glow with health.
Mm, mm, just gently come out of that meditation. Blink your eyes open. Can sway. It feels good to you. Take your bow. How did that feel for everyone?
Thank you, Abby, for selecting that. That was beautiful.
I'm glad that you liked it.
I'm echoing Heidi. Thank you even for simply being here this evening.
Thank you. Yeah, be smooth like butter. It's
You must love all those butter lamps and all the butter statues in Tibet.
yes, and butter tea.
Right.
That was I had butter tea in India, which was something I hadn't had before, which is what you might think it is.
I've had it.
Yep. Hello, puppy Sully. Hello. All right. Well, it's 6:58. Thank you everyone from the bottom of my heart for coming to this Maine moment. It was very, very special for me. And we can end this with a prayer of Om Mani Padme Hum. Everyone can, join in if you know it.
Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme.
Om Mani Padme Hum. May wisdom and love and compassion arise from within. I hope everyone has an amazing week. And I think I will be leading this next Monday too. I'll get some more updates from Tenzin and just dedicating this to Tenzin, our most wonderful teacher, and for all sentient beings. May we develop our peace of mind for the benefit of all. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you again.
Thank you. That was really wonderful.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Abby.
Yeah, see you next Monday.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Claire.
Hey.
Hey, is Norbert